Starting a minute early. We're never early for anything, so we thought we would jump right on this opportunity.
I'm telling you.
So we just kind of wanted to go live tonight and talk to everybody. We're going to start trying to do this weekly. This week and next week will be on YouTube, and every remaining video from then on will be on Patreon only. We're just kind of trying to let you guys see what we're doing over on Patreon. But this will be every week. And then Patreon, they see stuff earlier, see a little bit more in-depth stuff.
We will try to do it on Wednesdays around 8:45 on Wednesday nights, unless there's some requests of other people who, give us a better date or time. So let us know what works best for you guys.
Okay. All right, you guys. So was on.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys have any questions or want to talk to us or say anything, be sure to comment. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. We don't feel like we're very cool, but we try to be. But anyway, we don't really know what we want to. Last week it was just kind of a Q&A. We kind of went over some stuff motor-wise, and we can kind of touch on that until we get some people on here asking questions. What do you want to see happen for the 2023 season? What class do you want to run? Ideally.
I have no idea what you're doing. Oh, you got scroll.
It won't let
Here,
you
just
see
use
it.
my phone to watch the comments. All right, we're gonna try to do the best we can to keep up with comments, but
They're going okay.
Obviously we're still gonna have our spec motor for the topless deal, where we can run at Boyd's and all that good stuff. Ideally, we have some things in the work. I'm not going to go into too much speculation on what that is because nothing's set in stone. But I would like to be able to run a couple of the bigger pay and crate races next year. Just have to see how everything goes and go from there.
All right, so Joe said, "How are you guys doing?" We're doing good, Joe. Chris Jackson said, "Brad, why have you been running topless at Talladega for the last few races? Can you see better without the roof on the car at Talladega?"
No, not necessarily the vision. If you pay attention, I've actually got the little panel on the roof of the car that looks like the Alabama state flag.
Which is what the X is. We get that question a lot.
Yeah, everybody always comments and wants to know what that red X is. It's the state flag of Alabama. And, that vision-wise, to me, I like that piece over my head because it cuts down on the glare. You have the stadium light and then it's shining down in your eyes. So that's why I run that piece. But basically, to answer your question, Talladega, let us take the tops off just because there's 3 late model classes there that look very similar, or 4 late model classes really. Super Sportsman and both crates.
Yeah, 4.
So it's just something that they let us do to be different.
Jason said, "Congrats on your ice ball qualifier win, and thanks for got my rivet gun yesterday."
Thank you. Thank you.
Are y'all racing in the ice bowl?
We are not. We're actually planning to go to Hickory, North Carolina that weekend. That's the weekend of the Cars racing show. And we actually made it up there the first year they had that, and that was a very interesting deal. So we're looking forward to getting back up there and meeting some of the people behind some of the great products that we use.
We do not want to run the ice bowl. We're trying to stay away from the ice bowl.
Our car will not be at the ice bowl.
Yeah, that's better. We won't be, no matter what. Anyway, Willman, love y'all's channel. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Chris Paris said, "Do you have any advice for a rookie late model driver?"
My advice would be just, don't get in over your head. Do what you can do. Take small steps and just be smart about what you're trying to do. Don't
run what you can afford.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just don't start out running super late model or nothing. So that's the only advice I got. And just find somebody that you trust. Surround yourself with people that's going to help you, and just build your knowledge.
Mm-hmm. And listen to one person. Don't listen to 14 different people, because one person over here is telling you one thing, this person over here is telling you something, and then you're out in left field before you know it, and you don't even realize you're getting there.
And there's some really good classes out there that you can take to speed the process up that have came along, and you can go that route as well. Highly recommend education for anybody.
Do you want to kind of speak on what those classes
I
are?
mean, you can take your pick. I mean, Race Wise with Ren Goodman, that's a good one. Brian Littleton with Race Logic, highly recommend either one of those.
All right. There was something else I was thinking about with that rookie late model. We may have to come back on that. There was something else I was thinking.
Okay.
But the small changes. That's one thing that you always kind of drill in everybody's head, is because they get out there and their car's tight, their car's loose, and they're changing J bars, they're changing 4 bars, they're changing everything. And you kind of always try to drill to people small changes so you know what that change did.
Well, and I'm guilty of this myself. Was when I first started out, I would change. I would change this or that this week, and then turn around next week and change this or that. And I never took the same car to the track every week, and it just makes the learning process harder. So that's all that is. Just be smart with what you're doing. Don't do like I did.
Yeah.
Think you know everything.
Christopher Davis said, "Congrats on y'all's championship at Talladega."
Thank you.
Dale Miller said, "Are you going to be making racing shirts this coming year?"
We're planning to. We're working on that as we speak. Matter of fact, so hopefully not too much longer. Like we've said in our videos before, you can already go to berryapparelco.com and you can check out our hats that we have right now. We
still got a good mini in stock. He's getting one. Give him a second.
We got these hats right here. You can check them out on the website. You can order them off of there. And you can check back periodically on that website for future shirts.
Yeah. So we'll have all that there. And then you can always, I don't know what this is. You can always message us on Facebook or any of that, and we'll take care of you if you see something, because we always post new apparel on our Bradbury Racing number 27 on Facebook. So, what? Anyway, Joe said, "Congrats on the championship. Great run this year."
Thank you, Joe.
James Young said, "Are you going to have to switch to Hoosier tire next year?"
Well, we already are required to run Hoosier tire. I'm not sure. Maybe you're referring to the new compound tires, and as far as that go, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't heard anything. I would imagine we probably will go to the. What are you doing?
Somebody's commenting nasty stuff, so I hid their comments and deleted them. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, give me just a second. Let me see if I can block them. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "How big of a money difference is there between the motors you have now and the crate 602, 604s run, plus tires, which is cheaper for a late model team?"
Tires are about the same. I think there's like $5 difference as far as the 1350 1600s compared to a crate series tire. I think. Now don't hold me to that. The last time I bought crate tires, there was like $5 difference. Crate tires being a little bit higher. Motor wise, it's hard to compare that. You're not making the horsepower with a crate motor, so you're not. I don't feel like you're putting as much wear and tear on your motor, so I think you can run those motors longer. But upfront initial cost, I feel like a good steel limited late model motor is probably going to run you more than a crate motor. But I feel like crate racing, you have more opportunity to run for better money. So it kind of equals out, really. I think it's all expensive.
For sure. Joe said, "I like my YouTube t-shirt and my hoodie. Thanks." Thanks, Joe, for always supporting us. We appreciate you. Wes Moody said, hey, you all. Hey, Wes. Michael King said, you guys work hard. Enjoy watching you. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate that. Wes Moody said, are you in the future looking at going super late model racing?
You know, we just have to kind of see how the ball falls, you know. I mean, right now, currently, no. You know, there's going to have to be a lot of things fall into place for that to take, you know, for that to work.
Super late model racing is expensive.
Super late models are very expensive, and you know, really, a lot of places don't run super, you know, weekly now. It's more like what Boyd's does as far as allowing you to run a steel block motor and just being kind of a limited class. So, right now, no, but you know, plans always change.
Logan Gibson. It's the guy that done our video and that night. The night that our video was really
great.
good, it was Logan. I am terrible because I try to watch the race around the camera and I'm shaky and I apologize for that.
And you can't be quiet.
And I can't be quiet. I say things I shouldn't say. But Logan was the one that did our video in that night and he's great. But he said your money on crate motors is on accessories to try and put its little drag on them.
100%. Yep.
And then he also said might be a new Super Series pretty local next year.
I've heard some rumors. And it's kind of got my ears perked up.
Dale Miller said Pennsylvania is going to no stopping. I'm assuming that is PA. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Going to no stopping or grooving rule. You hear anything about that down there?
You know, I've saw where like the big touring series are doing that. Crate USA done that several years ago, back when I was running Crate, and I wasn't a fan of that. I thought, you know, I felt like you used more tires when you couldn't re-groove them or sop them. You know, then they came back out and you was able to re-groove factory grooves and you could sop the hard tires. To me, that was better than no grooving and sopping at all, but, you know, everybody's got opinions. But as far as what's going to happen after that, I don't know.
Joe said, looking forward to next season, seeing what you're going to do and go with. Us too, Joe. Yeah. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's all up in limbo
now. Wes Moody said, you were just being a good wife backing your man. You go, girl. I try. Sometimes she does. I get...
She does. She's just...
carried away.
And, you know, I don't know. I tell people all the time, believe it or not, she knows a lot more of what's going on than a lot of people give her credit for. There's a lot of times I'll be sitting there thinking, you know, do I need to change this or do I need to do that? And I'll actually go up to her and be like, hey, what do you think about doing this? And she's like, oh, you're an idiot. Don't do that or whatever. So,
we keep each other grounded.
Yeah.
Glenn said, hello from Virginia. We really enjoy watching the dirt racing videos. Is a go-kart in the little Maggie's future? Keep up the work. Springtime will be here soon.
God, I hope not. Maybe she just wants to work on them. That's what I hope.
Crew chief.
Yeah. You can make more money being a crew chief.
I know you guys don't hear her in the background tonight. She's out. We actually put her to bed. Yeah. She had a little bit of it. She didn't have a very long nap today. She was more than happy to go to bed.
I didn't give her no eggnog tonight either. No sugar.
Yeah, she loves. Brad introduced her to, of course, non-alcoholic eggnog the other day. And
last night?
No, it was the day before you. And then you gave her some more last night. She loves it. It's disgusting to me, but her and Brad love it. But somebody said, I have an honest question. Do you think a 350 board over to a .007? I just want your opinion on that.
I'm not sure your question there, Chris. If you can go a little bit more into detail on your question there.
Al said, okay, I guess YouTube's let me talk. Do you have a full-time parts warehouse sales company? Did you said you were a dealer for parts, shocks, and bodies? If so, we would love thanks. Yes, we do sell parts on the side. Warp Speed Performance Parts is on our race car. That's actually us. We sell all kinds of different parts. So if you guys are ever in need of any parts.
Most everything is drop shipped too.
Yeah, it's we
don't
don't
really
keep anything.
We don't really keep a stock of anything. I mean, we got a couple things in stock, but most stuff is drop shipped.
It's really hard to because there's so many different classes, so many different chassis. You can't stock it. So we do drop ship it. Anything that you guys need, be sure to contact us, and it's to you 3 to 4 days.
If that. Sometimes, most of the time, it's 2.
Yeah. All right. So, Glenn said, "LOL." Joe said, "Is TST taking any suggestions from the drivers to improve the track so the drivers can run up top?"
Probably not.
We don't know. We don't. There.
No, I will say this. Adam's doing the best that he can do, and I give him all the credit in the world for that. And the very last race of the year, the track, to me, was the best it has been all year. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I agree.
I'll give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I agree. But we don't talk to anybody. We're the type of people that go to the racetrack and we stay in our circle. We don't really talk to anybody else, so we don't know what's going on. We just show up every week or every once a month whenever we race and just race. We don't know. Wes Moody has the rule come down on slapping tires in your area. We answered that a little bit earlier on, but
yeah, we haven't heard.
We don't know yet. Noah said, "I'm Brantley's friend." Hey, Brantley's friend. Somebody said, "When will we see an update on the Corvair?"
That's something you have to ask my dad. I speaking of that, I did go behind the shop the other day, and when I went behind the shop the other day, the motor was laying out in the yard.
Was it?
So,
wow.
The motor's out. That's progress.
We'll have to get a video. We ain't got nothing to video right now. It's the off season. We'll have to video the Corvair.
Actually got the rack sent off last week. So,
but I think he's asking what's your the one that you weren't sure a while ago, a 350 milled to a .007. He's asking maybe your input on that. Brad's not a motor man.
Yeah, I mean I'm not.
He leaves the motor work to Wendell.
That's Wendell's expertise. Yeah, I'm not sure, Chris. I really don't know.
Logan said TST is supposedly looking at new dirt. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't see it happening.
I'd also heard, just rumors that there's supposed to be a wall going up all the way around the track.
That's not going to be good.
I don't know. Like I said, that was a rumor I heard way back in the beginning of the season. So I don't even remember where I heard that. So I don't want to spread no rumors. Don't nobody take that to heart. But
because somebody
was just saying
talking about that in their backyard. Was like, oh, they need to, and then it just sprayed like wildfire. Al said, "Okay, good. Drop ship. Follow the channel. Brad, you're a chip of the day."
I heard we're gonna bring monster trucks there every week too.
Yeah. Now you're full of crap. Hey, will y'all at least consider for next year doing a wild, crazy, bright color scheme and letter job on the car? No.
Plain and simple.
No.
It's cheaper.
No, we can't do that. We're happy. This is the scheme we had back in 2017. The end of 2000. We didn't start with this one. We start with a fluorescent, and then somebody locally kind of had the same looking car, so we were like, oh, let's do something different. We don't like looking like nobody, and we went with a black and white. And we liked it.
The wrap we had at the beginning of the year, we just happened to have that wrap because our original wrap for the car we had before the Capitol got lost in the mail. So we had it reprinted and had 2 prints. And when we got the Capitol, we just stuck the extra print we had on there and went with it. But, like the beginning of the year when it had that fluorescent in there, I mean, that added like all kinds of...
Yeah, any kind of overlays are more expensive.
It was like $900.
I can't remember. I think a wrap pretty much starts now at like $750, and I don't think people realize how much it. And we can get a letter job done for $250, $300, so it's half of that. And
I think I just seen Logan point out a good point. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about everything lining up.
You're skipping around, baby. Hold on.
Well, it just popped up.
You're skipping around. Harold said, "You guys are really down to earth. I like your videos."
Thank you, Harold.
We appreciate that, Harold. We try to be. Logan said, "Whole lot easier to do body work without lining up shapes and designs."
That's for sure.
You're exactly right.
It's a lot easier to replace too when you replace a body panel.
Yeah.
You ain't got to replace the whole thing.
Yeah, it's not as expensive, especially when you got no writing there.
Got something on my shirt. Look at that.
It's like a water spot, but it's crazy how much it sticks out in the camera.
I tell you what, I
Bend
can't,
back down so nobody can see it, babe.
I
Be
can't have
presentable.
nothing. Can't have nothing else.
All right, Glenn said, love watching you guys.
Thank you, Glenn.
Appreciate it, Glenn. Joe said, I honestly like the permanent marker black 27 the best. I think it was lucky. LOL.
Well, we did win with it like that one night.
It was the first night on the Capitol, wasn't it?
No, it was the other car.
Was it the other car?
Yeah, because our wrap got lost in the mail.
Yeah,
UPS lost our wrap.
Yeah. Right.
UPS lost our wrap, so we just drew numbers on there to go racing that weekend and won.
That was just lucky because we didn't win very much with that old car. Story for a different day. Anyway, are you thinking of selling your car and buying a new one?
Have no plans to.
When are you getting in a race car with your pink sign the miles that you do as well?
What?
I don't know.
Pink signs?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. You took that car from last to first in the first race of the season.
Yeah, I think so. Was it that car?
I don't remember. It all runs together to me.
Yeah, it all runs together. I can't remember.
I don't really know what. I don't know what day it is. So
What'd y'all think? What'd y'all think about old Ross Chastain this weekend? I thought that was awesome. What'd you think about it? I'm mad that I didn't do it somewhere.
It was pretty cool.
What about the big news at Smoky Mountain? That's huge news. Cutting the track down. More of a 3/8 mile track. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah. And well, you're just kind of all over the place right now, though.
Well, I mean, hey, we're live. We're trying to make up some conversation, not confrontation.
I know some of you guys are jumping on a little bit late, but somebody said, are you ever going to get a supermotor?
What now?
Are you ever going to get a supermotor?
We'll just have to see how it goes. Not sure.
Funding's going to have to be there for a
Yes.
super late model motor.
Yes.
That was the best move ever. It was, Wes. It really was. Andy said, are y'all contemplating on getting a 604 and participating in some of those bigger races?
It's on the plate. Personally, that's what I'm hoping for, but, not saying that we're not going to run limited. Like I said earlier in the video, we're still going to have a spec motor. So we'll just have to see. There's a long time between now and March, so we'll see.
Dawn said, congrats on a great season. Any advice how to spread the word on a YouTube channel? We just started a channel, Tricky Time About Chamberlain Racing. Thanks from Indiana.
Consistency.
To answer that question, it's consistency, posting regularly, and time. We have been doing this 3 or 4 years now.
Not quite that long.
Yeah.
A little over 2 years.
It was a year when Maggie was born.
So 3 years.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 3 years.
Right at 3 years.
January will be 3 years since we started. So, being patient. Don't rush it. You're not going to get to 1,000 subscribers overnight.
Don't have high expectations on making a lot of money.
Yeah, because it doesn't pay any bills. It's just fun. You get to enjoy it.
It is extra.
Yeah.
But it's not what everybody thinks it is.
You don't get on YouTube and get rich like people think.
At least for us, anyway.
Yeah. We can buy a bottle of water.
It ain't that bad.
I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. NASCAR is going to kill NASCAR. They're already talking about making a rule to avoid that ride the wall to win.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to make a rule. I think the guys that were griping and complaining about it were the ones that were mad that they didn't do it. That's my thought. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was probably the best move that's ever been made. He was out and now he's in, which he would have been in anyways with Keselowski getting disqualified.
Yeah. Al said, are you ever going to get a pink car with pink numbers for your wife? That's what I meant.
Oh, no.
No.
No. She don't even like pink, really.
It's okay. Logan said, what all is getting refreshed over the season?
We sent the rack off last week. We're going to hopefully get it back soon. Transmissions are fresh. They're ready to go. We probably need to look at getting a new drive shaft, and then going through the rear end, and then of course front suspension. We're going to be calling Capital here next week or two, and going ahead and getting new spindles and lower control arms because we just replaced all the other stuff the last race of the season. So that'll pretty much have us back to a fresh race car and being ready to go.
The only thing we really need on the front end is lowers and spindles, though.
Yeah.
So we're already, we kind of had a jump start on
Right.
that with all the issues we've had. How long have you raced?
I started racing when I was 14. And I'm what now? I'm about to be 32 next month.
Yeah, you'll be 32.
Okay, so y'all can do the math better than I can. I've always said that full-time racing, being truly racing, I didn't start till about 2012.
Mm-hmm.
When I started racing, I was saving my lunch money to build the race car and build the engine. So we was doing what we could do to race.
Yeah, and we were not really competitive then.
Oh no,
we were just getting.
Yeah.
That
was our learning years.
That was our full time. We didn't start winning until 2014, which is
Right.
pretty. I mean, that's pretty close together. I mean, I feel like we've got a pretty good driver. I don't know what you guys think. Somebody said, "Hey, Brad and Dallas." Hey. Joe said second to Dale washing his own windshield in a race.
That I'll give you that. And the way cars are built now, I mean, even dirt cars. I mean, there's no way you could get out of that car and keep it going and do what he done. That's just the difference in the eras and all. But I'll give you that.
Wes said, "You sure can tell Daddy has his baby girl right where she needs to be, right in there to help what Dad needs." LOL.
For sure, she's smart. She surprises us on a daily basis.
She is smart. Joel said he can't stop staring at the spot on your shirt. Look at it. Right. I think you got another one too. You do. Right there. Look, there's another one.
There you go, Joel.
Poke his chest out.
Well, I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes, but I've come to realize I think it's the refrigerator the whole time.
Dad jokes.
I'm going to make sure it's in the screen of you.
You're an idiot.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, your chair won't lift up no more.
Oh, it's as high as it'll go. All right, here, Joel. Is that better?
I feel like you're sitting way down there now. I'm like, hey, towering over you. All right, somebody said, when are you going to put Dallas in a crate car?
She's scared of it.
I ain't scared of it.
She's scared of it.
I'll just be crew chief. I don't need to. Let's see. Somebody said I turned 35 on Sunday. Well, happy early birthday.
Happy birthday.
Come on, chat. Hit that like. If Dixie Speedway opens up, will y'all be coming to one of the shows?
It's possible. We had plans. Not this year when they was closed, but the last year that they raced, they had a big limited race over there, and we had plans of going over there, and it got rained out, and the rescheduled date conflicted with something Talladega was having, so we didn't make it, but it's possible.
Somebody said, what's your goal for 2023?
2023. I want to win my biggest paying race. Mm-hmm. The most we've ever won was, what, 1,500?
I think it was,
it
was like 1,700 for the weekend.
Less than 2,000.
Yeah.
So I'd like to win a race that pays more than 2,000.
Mm-hmm. I personally would like to say double digits. That was our goal this year, but somebody let us down here. How many did we end up with? 7 or 8? How many did we figure out?
7 altogether.
7. So we were just a little bit short. But that's
7
okay.
altogether. 7 second places.
That's all. That's pretty much it.
We had a couple outside of Talladega.
No, but
that's counting Talladega ECM and Boyd's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a couple.
7 wins and 7 seconds.
Oh, Boyd's this second at Boyd's too. Yeah. So is Maggie ever getting in a she's not ever getting in a race car. What about Maggie? She seems to like the mechanical helping Dad.
I hope that's what she stays doing. I hope she don't want to get in one. I hope she'd rather just work on one.
Somebody said, I like listening to Door Bumper Clear. Great podcast.
Yes, I don't miss an episode of it or Dell Jr. Download. I think those are probably two of my favorite podcasts.
What did you think of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as a race car driver versus him now as a? You didn't. I
didn't care. I mean, I didn't really. He wasn't my favorite. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting.
Yeah, he wasn't my favorite. But as a podcaster and a historian and an owner, I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah. Somebody said would love to see you guys come to Ohio and race.
I can think of one track in Ohio I'd like to come to. I doubt it's this coming year, but we'll see.
Somebody said I wish comp cams would have gotten in the week at Talladega.
What now?
I wish comp cams would have gotten in the week at Talladega.
They did. We tried to run that race and we ended up missing the race. That was when we found out we had a shock problem the week after.
Was that the comp cams race?
Mm-hmm.
Joe said, any thoughts about Patreon now? It's been a few months since you started using it. Patreon is tricky. I think it is getting better. You used to not be able to upload any videos straight to Patreon, and that's kind of been the biggest drawback for us.
I don't know anything about it. It's all her.
That's been the biggest hurdle for me, because all I can post is pictures, and I don't take a lot of pictures personally. I wish I did, but I just don't. Brad, of us two, is probably the more picture taker. If Maggie's doing something, he's like, get your phone, and I don't ever think about it. So that part has been hard for me because I want to do videos. And I think they've changed that. But other than that, we really like Patreon. It's helped us.
It has helped.
It helps. Realistically, Patreon could do a whole lot more than YouTube ever could, or could for a while.
Right.
And it helps us small teams.
And I was 100% against Patreon. You know, I didn't want our viewers and all to think that we was taking away from the people that have made us what we are. And that's kind of why, you know, if you are a Patreon member, you may be sitting there saying, well, they don't really use it to its full potential. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say is we try to provide everybody on YouTube everything we do. Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, maybe we can use it a little bit more in the off season, or we can do some more stuff, but you know, during racing season, everything's hectic. It's hard to find that line.
Mm-hmm. And the difference, like Patreon with us, the difference that we do is there's a $5, $10, and a $25. And the $25 you get a shirt after 3 months. That's why that's there. But the $5, $10, and $25, it don't matter which one you do. If you do the $5 a month, you're getting the same amount. You're getting the same content as somebody that subscribes for $25 a month. Just because we feel like that's fair. If Joe can't afford but $5, but Bill over here can afford, I don't feel like it's because they're both doing what they can afford. So we kind of just do the same for everybody. It's just more or less
It's more or less just a partnership with us, really.
Right.
That's in a nutshell.
And you can always, on Patreon, you can always message us personally, and we will, like, you can talk to us, you can comment on stuff. And like I said, we do put over there a little bit more content that people on YouTube don't see. But then at the same time, we're not taking so much away from YouTube that you guys don't know what's going on. So we try to keep that happy balance there. All right, but anyway, Eric said, hello, I really enjoy watching your videos.
Thank you, Eric.
Russell Bound said, hey guys, I'm a big fan from down here in Mississippi. Appreciate you.
There's a couple tracks in Mississippi we like. That's probably one of my favorite tracks. There he is Magnolia, and no connection of why we named Magnolia. We actually found that off a TV show, but Magnolia is my favorite racetrack, and you know, that's another reason we're looking at a crate is because they don't run limiteds at Magnolia or Why Not. And it's been, 2000, 2018 since we've been to Wynot or Magnolia.
It's been a long time. Ray said just got the notification. What's up, guys? Hey, Ray. Logan said, let's get the BBR website updated and going for 2023.
We definitely need to do that.
We do, because that's one thing. We have so much going on that
we got a lot of irons in the fire right this second.
We have a lot of irons. We have the screen printing, we have sublimination, we have, what all do we have? We have the parts business, we have the racing. There's just, I'm a mom, Brad work. Like, we just have a whole lot
going on. Screen printing's not going like I'd hoped.
Yeah.
We had a terrible week this week, so that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, yes, Logan, we definitely do need to do that. Raymond said always late. Don't worry, Raymond. We're always late too. Y'all come south to Mississippi and run. We'd love to.
Love to get back to Magnolia.
Use the member function on YouTube for a paid area video and community area. We actually have that open.
It is open.
And it's not that we're asking anybody for anything, but if you want to, because we've had several people, how can we help?
And that was the reason we started Patreon. Like I said, I was 100% against it, and we just had so many people like, dude, you need to start a Patreon. You know, we'll support you.
We had several people coming up to us at Boys like, do a Patreon.
So that was why we jumped on board with that.
Yeah, up until that point, up until people pushing it and wanting us to do that, we were against it. Did you notice a big difference when you switched over to Penske's?
Well, it's hard to tell because I've had Penske's ever since I've had the Capital. But as far as adjustments and feel of the car, I can tell a huge difference. That's by far my favorite brand of shocks I've ever had, and the relationship that we're starting to build with Penske, it'd be hard for me to change.
With Hunter specifically.
Yeah, Hunter.
Eddie Paris said, hey.
Hey, Eddie.
Raymond said, glad to see you guys had a great year. How did y'all come up with the name Days of Dirt?
6 months of arguing back and forth.
No,
I really don't.
I think really, like, we were sitting at the gas station. I remember this very vaguely. We were sitting at the gas station. We were in your truck. We were sitting at the gas station, Walmart gas station, and we had kept saying, yeah, I remember this weird stuff.
But you can't. Never mind.
Shut up. We were going back and forth like, what do we come up with? What's catchy? And then I think you mentioned you love Days of Thunder. And that's where it came from. Yeah. We were like, what about Days of Dirt? Because we dirt race.
That's exactly. Now that you say that, I do remember that.
We were at the Walmart gas station.
It's a spinoff from Days of Thunder. I do remember that now.
Let's see.
Glad you can remember that.
Glenn said, what do you think about Hunt the Front getting a Longhorn?
I mean, you got to try different. You got to try something. I mean, I wish them the best, and I think, I think it'll be good for their super program, really. But, time will tell.
Ronnie Dale Norton.
And if they got a great deal, it's hard to pass up a good deal.
Right. Ronnie Dale Norton II. Hey, Brad and Dallas, how have y'all been?
Good, you?
We're good. Al said, screen print and how much for box print t-shirts? That all varies. Have you thought about using TikTok?
Yeah, we got TikTok.
We actually just started a TikTok a couple weeks ago. We don't really post over there very much because we're in the off season. What do you have to post?
Right.
We gotta get over there a little bit more.
Well, we've been taking a little off time too, getting caught up, getting rested up really. So yeah. We hadn't really been to the shop other than the last video y'all guys seen where we pulled the motor and the rack. And that's been 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, it was last week, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was last week. We're enjoying time off and being at home.
Well, and like Dallas said, we've got a lot of t-shirt. We've been, it's been great. We've had a lot of t-shirt orders, so we're trying to get caught up on all that too. So.
And we do all that at home, so we still have to be home either way. But anyway, how's Maggie Moo? I agree with you, Brad. When we switched from Genesis to Penske, me and Dad could tell a big difference between the two. Maggie Moo is great. She is in bed right now, actually. We got her to bed early so that we didn't have to deal with the screaming, and she's just
she'd be in here knocking the camera down. So
yeah, all that fun stuff.
And still in the camera.
Yeah.
We all know y'all watch just cause of her.
Yeah. She'll get the GoPro now. She'll get the GoPro. I'm on Brad's phone. But she'll get the GoPro and turn it around, and she'll talk to it like she's actually videoing. I'll have to get a video of that. It's hilarious. Same issue I have with my wife. She can remember that stuff, but not the important things.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad somebody else knows what I'm talking about.
I literally the other day was like, when is our anniversary? Like, what date? It was a bit of a struggle.
You got your kid's birthday mixed up the other day too.
No, I just said that wrong. I did not get my kids.
Too many ones in it.
Yeah, I did not get my kids. Don't even say that. God, people will be coming at me as a mom. Well, it's just about my bedtime. May you both have a blessed rest of the year, and I'll be watching you in the winter circle. God bless.
Thank you.
Glenn said, get a Twitter account. We actually deleted Twitter.
Yeah, when it got
Political.
really political, I deleted all my Twitter stuff.
Yeah.
I never used it anyways, though.
Yeah. Ronnie said, I've been good, just missing racing all the dirt in my sinuses.
Yeah, for real. Been nice to breathe, though.
I can say it's been nice to have a break. Chase Lindsay said, what track do you think is more slick, Sonoma or the Mag?
Sonoma, no doubt. That was one thing everybody always told me. Go to Sonoma, you'll love Sonoma. It's just like Magnolia, and them two tracks are nothing alike. I don't care what anybody says. Two totally different tracks. Definitely want to get back to Sonoma, though, so I can get better over there. But
Jordan said, so when you come, will my 1/10 scale RC late model, LOL. No, he's not, because we do not need anything else that costs any more money.
I get in trouble with money as it is.
Favorite national driver? What's your favorite National Series driver? Brandon Overton.
That's hard. Yeah, I mean, I like Overton. He's hard. I've always liked him. I think he's down to earth, and I feel like
he's humble.
He hasn't. Yeah, humble. That's the word I was looking for. Of course, T-Mac's the same way. I feel like, anyways, through I don't know any of them personally, just for what interviews they do, but I mean, I've always liked Blomqvist. She don't care much about him, but I've always liked him. Can't wait to hear him on the Down Junior Download next week. I think that's going to be an awesome podcast there. That's definitely going to be entertaining. But, I like Hudson, Devin, T-Mac, Overton.
You like most of the people.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really...
There's a couple you don't like.
Yeah, but I like more than I don't like.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite is Jonathan Davenport, of course. That's the only driver out there other than my husband. How did you get interested in dirt racing?
My dad. Watching my dad and uncle race. You can actually go back through our videos. I think there's a playlist of, I think it's named Racing History or something like that. And we done a couple part video this past winter showing all the cars that my dad had as I was growing up, and then my cars to where I'm at now. So, it's just born into it.
Dale, we know who you are, but and you always come and talk to us, but we're terrible with names, and we've never gotten your name, so we honestly didn't know a name. Now we know who you are. I think we missed one while ago. Jack said, hey guys, I'm not sure if you're still on, I'm late.
Yep. Hey Jack.
And Jack said, are you going to the PRI show in December?
Doubt we can make it to PRI. I got to thinking about that the other day. I would like to get up there, but that's something that has been on our plate a couple years, and we've just never made it up there just because it's so close to Christmas and the holidays and all that. So uh, right now, it looks like we're just going to make it to the show there in Hickory in January. So maybe PRI in the future.
Yeah, we're mom and dad that don't go anywhere without Maggie, so we're waiting on a lot of things until she gets a little bit older.
Right.
The one in Hickory is a little bit smaller, so she can go to that. So that's a lot of the stuff. What did you do with all of your old tires?
We sold a bunch of them a couple of weeks ago, or about a month or so ago, and then some of them are already are pending a sold. Man, that's a tongue twister. Some of them are pending right now. So, and then,
of course,
I won't keep a set for practice tires, and that'll be about it.
Dale said 2 completely different tracks for sure. That was
terrible.
It got you, didn't it? Ridge Patch said, "You ever race in Tennessee?"
Yeah, that's Mountain View. If you want to count Boyd's, I don't know. Part of it's in Georgia, part of it's in Tennessee. Smoky Mountain, been to 411. Really enjoy every one of those tracks. Like I said earlier, I'm interested to see how Smoky Mountain's going to turn out with them bulldozing it down and shortening it. Joel, are you still on? If you are, it's going to be weird standing in the infield, ain't it?
Raymond said you guys are going to stay on YouTube for 23. For sure. We'll still be here. Russell Bowen said, "Good night. Thank y'all for your videos. I really love the small family racing team.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good night." My 2 boys and I enjoy your show. One of them races go-karts and wants to drive late models. Good luck next year, and we'd like to see you come to 411.
We'd definitely like to get back up there. Like I said, we came up there, I believe it was the last race the Topless Series ran up there, and was looking forward to hopefully getting back up there this year, but for some reason they wasn't on the Topless Series. So I know they don't run limited when they do race. Most of the time it's crate. So
story of our life.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of we didn't have any opportunities to get up there. And then I think they did put like a limited race on with Wartburg later on in the season, but that was when we decided to run for points at Talladega and couldn't miss. So.
Hey, sir, can you lift your chair back up? I don't like it.
No, I kind of like it.
I'm like looking down talking to you.
I kind of like it.
Somebody said, "I want to know when Chris is going to have that Corvair ready."
That's
Chris is on Chris time. We don't know.
Who knows?
We don't know.
He doesn't have the motor out, like I said earlier, and I don't know if he caught it or not, but the motor was laying in the yard the other day.
I would like to know where other tracks are and when they run so I could travel outside TSD. Joe, if you would, Talladega is a great place. It's a great track, and for the most part produces really good racing. But get to some of the tracks in Tennessee. They definitely, Magnolia in Mississippi.
Boyd's, I mean, if you're fairly close to Talladega, Boyd's, I mean, it's in Chattanooga basically, so that's a very good place to go. They race on Friday nights, but I mean, shoot, we're home by 10:30 most of the time, and being close to Talladega, Sonoa's not terribly far from Talladega. It's 3 hours for us. If you're right there at Talladega, it's probably 2 hours for you. Magnolia's over in Columbus. It's a very good track. I think they're racing. Matter of fact, they're racing the crate cars there this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Big race. So.
Yeah. Bad Fast Haswell. That's the one that I've said I don't like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas has always told me I can't race there. So. That's a really long pull for us. I think it's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because it's on the north side of Tennessee. So, I don't know. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm kind of excited to see how Smoky Mountain does, because I feel like I understand where they're coming from as far as the cars being aero dependent and fast tracks.
Lift your chair up.
Oh, I like it.
Lift it up.
Quit.
I don't like it.
And you know, I think slower tracks do produce better racing, so that's kind of one reason.
Keep talking and just kind of lift it.
It don't work away too much.
You gotta stand there. Sport Model 11P, best racing family. Love the videos. We appreciate you,
Thanks, sir.
and you always leave awesome comments. We appreciate you. Raymond said yes. They say Boyd to go in 3 and 4. You're in Georgia.
Yeah.
You're gonna go back to Rome and Dixie if they open up next year.
I definitely look at Dixie for sure.
Rome's
I've never been crazy about Rome. I don't know. Back again though, it's a really fast track. I just don't feel like fast tracks produce good racing nowadays.
Right. There's only a couple of.
They're fun. Don't get me wrong. Like Smoky Mountain, that's probably one of the funnest tracks to drive because you were hauling the mail, but
yeah,
racing wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of racetracks that we aren't crazy about because of stuff like that. But then there's one we don't like the way the wall openings are.
Right.
So there's a couple of different ones that we just don't. Not saying that we would never race there.
But we don't prefer.
Don't want to.
Thunder Hill's a fun track. I've only made 4 or 5 laps on it, but I mean it's high banked and it's fast.
I just don't like their pit area. Their pit area is
all them church rocks.
A doozy. Yeah, we busted
2 tires.
2 tires that night. 2 new tires.
Yep.
Pike County, the Mag, Why Not, Jackson, Hattiesburg. Yeah, we've been to the Mag and Why Not. And
we've been to. No, we went to Columbus.
Columbus, yeah, that was the other one. That was just the little hole in the wall place. Fuel prices next year will probably keep you racing close to home.
Probably, unfortunately.
That's exactly why we race close to home this year.
Yeah, I was about to say that's exactly what happened this year. We went to Smoky Mountain and it costed us $200 to get up there and $200 back. So, when you go and, I mean, obviously you go to win. And the race paid like 3,000 or 5,000 win, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you finish 6th or 7th, and you get $150 to $350. I mean, it don't
make any sense.
You can't do that
because you got racing fuel on top of that, tires on top of that.
Pit passes.
Yeah.
And then some tracks charge $25 to get a 1-year-old in. So that's
that was one of those tracks.
That's it makes it hard.
We don't support those racetracks, by the way. But anyway, ECM, do they got a limited class?
They did. I mean, when they well, that was one of the tracks we won at this year. I hadn't heard any information if they're going to be running again this coming up year or not.
I haven't seen anything. They closed mid-year.
Yeah.
Somebody said, are you guys husband and wife? We are.
Don't we fight like it?
Keith Frank said, love your channel. I hope to see you all guys get a good 604 engine. Run the big 604 races. Get a hold of the front. I'm sure they can give you some advice with your capital in the crate class. I mean, he's actually talked to Joseph a couple of times.
Yeah.
Good guys.
They're very good people. They will, they'll help you when you need it.
Raymond said, I think Rome is going to run some Saturdays next year.
Rome? Really? Mm-hmm. That's another thing I ain't been a fan of as far as Rome because they race on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's hard when you have to go work Monday.
Right. Even when you are a county worker.
I'm from upstate New York, so finding tracks is something I like to find so I can go. Yeah, I do. You'll have to, when we go travel places, you'll have to travel and come watch us. We need all the tracks we can in the Midwest. Shame I-30 closed.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Let's see. Ramseyville, New York has a nice track. Some really good racing. Buckshot's supposed to do some upgrades in the off season.
And they ran some limited races towards the end of the season, and we wouldn't have minded going down there because it's like I think it's a little over 2 hours for us to get down there, but once again, that was the time frame of when we decided to run for the points championship and couldn't miss a race at Talladega, so that's why we didn't make it to those. But that's definitely on the that would be on the plate as well.
I've heard good things about Deep South Speedway. Somebody said we have to. We've never been there, but I've seen stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't even hear the question.
It said I've heard some good things about Deep South.
Yeah, I think it's like 3.5 hours because I never really knew about the track until I saw Hunt the Front race there a couple times, and when we went to Gulf Shores this past year, like, man, we're in Loxley, and then all of a sudden there's the sign. I was like, hey, there's the racetrack. So it's like, what are you looking at?
I can't take you serious right now. You're sitting in the freaking floor.
Well, Joel said the stain on my shirt was bothering him. So.
Well, I don't care what Joel says.
Who?
Joel.
Who?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Raymond said they've been doing a lot of work to Rome to widen it.
They've been what?
They've been doing a lot of work to Rome widen it.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that would help out. We went over there for the Lucas race like a year or two ago, and that was the first time I'd ever seen the track from the pits and not the grandstands, and I was very shocked at how narrow the track actually was. But I don't know.
What do you like better, a tighter car or a looser car?
Neutral.
I've said before you liked it a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like a car to be a little bit snug. I think, I feel like when it's snug, you can push it a lot harder. Man, I'm getting tongue tied tonight. A lot harder, but everybody has their preferences, and it just depends on the track condition too. Sometimes a tight car is definitely not what you want.
Somebody said, and four-wheelers. Yeah, I'm okay with paying for a four-wheeler. I understand that concept, but paying for a 1-year-old, I just don't quite understand that concept. Somebody said at work, random channel surfing.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory.
Glad to have you.
He said he'd like and subscribe. Somebody said, wow, trailer trash woman, whatever the crap that means. Valiant, don't blow up anything.
Huh?
I don't know who this is.
I don't know.
I don't think they know who they are. They're just,
We caught up now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Well, we've been on here for about an hour now, so I guess it's pushing bedtime now. If we've been on for about an hour. But, well, we're going to wrap it up, or we're going to keep going? Is there still interest?
Would you ever do a trophy class in the Baja 1000?
What now?
I'm not sure what that is. Would you ever do a trophy class in the Baja 1000?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap us up. We're running out of stuff to talk about, but we'll do this again next week at
a trophy truck. Heck yeah, that'd be awesome.
At 8:45 on Wednesday. How much is
like Robbie? Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Somebody said, how much is racing fuel per gallon?
A drum of it's like $5.50, so yeah, roughly $10. I don't know. Yeah, just depends on where you get it from.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap us up. We gotta get off here before we start getting more comments, and I feel like we have
appreciate
to
all the interest and everyone commenting and asking questions. You guys make sure you get your questions thought of, and make sure you be ready for next week as well. Yeah, we'll be back next week at 8:45 on Wednesday, Central Time. Central Time. See you guys then. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. How do you do this? Hit the X. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye, guys.